We are running a little late, and I do apologize for that.
Me too.
But definitely...
Was it my fault?
I know for a change.
It was not Geo's fault
For
this
a
time.
change, for the first time.
Was not Geo's fault this time. Welcome our host. We have Katina.
Hi.
We have Murin.
Hi.
We have Geo. and myself, the Tenma. Tonight we'll be going over some info that we have come across over the interwebs, and we are gracious with one of the developers here on our channel, Elemental Fiend. So, now, lots of stuff been being posted on the Twitter sphere concerning meshes and all this other kind of really cool stuff that's going to be coming out hopefully soon, TM. And I kind of briefly wanted to kind of go over the subject matter of meshes versus voxels. Okay? Now, meshes are basically, think of it as a wireframe. And it can freely float through the world. Okay? And is not constricted by the actual grid of the voxels. So you can actually move things around a little bit more simply and be able to place things down in certain other locations. Where voxels, everything has to line up on the grid in some form or fashion to be able to be placed and make it all come out looking the same. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Does that sound good? All right. Now, this is cool because this leads us into image number 1. So, let me bring this in here. Image number 1. And this is the imagery of the dice.
Yes.
Yay.
Okay. And what this looks like, we have a 4-sided. Nope. Yes, a 4-sided. We have a 6-sided, 8-sided. Looks like a 12-sided, and is that a 20?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's a 6, 8, 4, 12, 20. There wasn't a 10 in this screenshot, but in a later screenshot, I did see a 10.
Oh!
Yeah, Elemental says the D10 exists as well.
The
Thank
D10!
you, Elemental.
Awesome. And this is for all of us classic, old school
Nerds.
D&D guys. And one of the things I hit him on was, we need a D100 in there somewhere.
Yeah. Gotta have one.
Gotta have a D100. And that's going to be pretty awesome.
Raz.
Now.
Rash the timeout, please. Do they roll?
I'm sure that someone will find a way to use linking and triggering to put a number on one of the sides and then randomly pick a number.
It would be kind of cool to actually have some kind of a numbering system on that. That would be wicked. Now, the only thing we're missing for this is the /RND and the number stuff. Okay?
Yep. Random.
You take the conjunction of playing with this stuff on your claim with a random number, be able to actually do in-game D&D.
Mm-hmm.
I could see it happening.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, this takes us to image number 2. And this one, I honestly think this one's just for Geo.
Which image is this? Number 2?
Number 2.
Dose. Duh.
Yes. This is just for Geo right here, apparently. And I got the feeling that Raz had something to do with this.
Probably.
I
Or maybe Fiend is trolling Josh
that's a possibility.
and asking all of us to help him. But we really shouldn't do that because Josh is too nice for that.
I think
Oh, great. I see how it is.
And Elemental Fiend says these aren't physics objects for your info. Though it would be kind of cool to have falling spiders all over your
he
claim.
doesn't troll.
That is so not true.
Everyone trolls.
Can you imagine?
Nice try.
If we had physics in the game, I would have the trap doors up at the top of my claim like supersized, and a bunch of these on top of the door, and I would somehow like link and trigger it to where if Geo enters my claim, it will drop them on his head.
Okay, so nobody can see those beautiful hand motions you just gave.
Yes, I know. I did all kinds. I'm good with my hands. What can I say? Okay, moving on. Image number 3. Now this is the impressive one. I have to say this one's good. I'm giving my hands. Thanks, Murin.
You're welcome.
So we're gonna. This is image number 3, and this one right here to me is just like drool. Okay, this is and it's got gosh knows, there's like everything in there. We've got everything from donuts to like spheres. We've got
Is that
the
a Christmas tree?
It could be.
it could be a Christmas tree.
Could make a
Stick those little
Christmas tree,
branch
actually.
props into it. Could
Tim,
be.
his new hat.
But I mean, there's like are you
Crane,
you get
put you in a timeout, please.
yes, please put Geo in a timeout, please. Only if I sit on the front lawn with blue pants and a red shirt, or is it a blue shirt and red pants? I don't know. It's one or the other. The coolest one I think is that little spiral on the bottom there. That's pretty awesome. Man, it's just pretty wicked there. And I'm assuming we get these on the add tool and the delete tool. That's my assumption for this, and they're going to be scalable, resizable, or however.
All I
guess
gotta
we'll
say
find out.
is Elemental Fiend's having way too much fun without us.
Yes. He's man.
He needs
I
all
think
of
he's
us
having
to have
fun
these so we
with
can
us,
join them,
too.
All right. So now we go to image 4, which is basically those shapes that have been smoothed. And he does point out that at certain points on the grid, they do have a tendency of the really sharp points to kind of fall apart. And that was my take off of the tweet.
I think what he was doing here is showing what the cone can be used for. So on the left, if you look at that starburst shape that he created, there are some points there that are weird. But his tweet was talking about that if you smooth that a little bit, that the points get cleaned up.
Well, I could see on the one on the far west side, or the west side of the image at least, left side of the image. Sorry, the point it really gets deteriorated there, but it's still not bad. It's really still not bad at all. Pretty cool stuff there. And you can see this cone here on this one side here. The bottom of it's nice and rounded off, and it looks like the tip of it's kind of rounded off as well. So it's still looks pretty good, in my opinion. All right, and now this is the exclusive image that we have procured from Elemental Fiend. And here we go. There we go. There's some more imagery. And
We mentioned again today that he's awesome.
yes.
He's totally awesome.
Absolutely.
But this is the little other part of the imagery here that we got our hands on here. But you can see what you can actually do with some of those shapes. For pillar side shapes and stuff.
Can you zoom in on that image? Is
he,
that
said, he said those are the new brushes we're getting.
No, those are
Some of them.
brushes. Those are just some of the brushes. So, but no, can't zoom in on the image. It's locked in that scene image. Not unless you want me to like resize the whole entire image.
Yeah.
And I have another image for something that I just got my hands on. Where the heck did I put it?
Pandora's got a big mouth.
Uh-huh.
Well, just in short, with all the shapes that he's got there, I can see all the parts I need to build the Henkel rotary engine.
Now, this is the last image that I have, and I just got this. It just pulled this off of Twitter, so I had it, and I didn't have it into the listing. But let's go back for a moment. One thing I want to notice, kind of mention, is on the right-hand side, you'll see where that particular shape has been scaled. And it looks like scaled to 3 different sizes over here on this far side. Do you see that? And it looks like it kind of starts falling apart at the smaller size, but you know, within a particular sizing of that particular object, you know, it will retain itself. So it looks pretty good.
Can you draw on that?
No, I can't. What the, Geo? I don't. I'm gonna stab Geo, guys. I swear, I am going to stab him before the night's over.
As long as you don't hit me in the head like Mirren did to her cat just now.
Okay.
No, he jumped off my lap and got all tangled up in my headphones.
Ah.
All right, so off to that last image again, and which is this, and this texture looks pretty freaking awesome. The bump mapping on this is wicked as crap, because you can actually look at it from on that sphere on the side. That skull, that skull looks like it's sticking out of it.
Yeah.
That is wicked.
Again, if you could draw on it, you'd be able to point out exactly which skull you're talking about.
Yeah, there were those like 3 of them there, but you know,
But you had some illustration drawing thingy you could do on your screen.
not in OBS. I can't.
Like
This is-
drawing on our faces
Stick
and
on
stuff.
10 a day.
You can only draw
What's
on
up
your
picking me?
face. That's
Yes, I can pick. Oh yeah, I can draw on my face, but I'm still trying to figure out what the heck that's going on in the background there. It looks like the 2 textures we already have, isn't it?
Could be.
Could be. I think so.
It might have just been a workshop area where he had other stuff out.
It's a possibility.
Not like you ever have other stuff out in your workshop, you know.
No, not me.
Never.
But apparently, what was it that Alan Lapid has said about this? What else was coming with this?
Bone props and skulls.
Yep.
I want to see these.
And he said they're already done.
I'm hoping they're like the ones that are there in that texture. Like the ones that look like a real skull, not Murray. You know,
Yeah.
Murray.
He said that if I recall correctly, he said that they match the texture.
Okay.
So
That'll be cool. Then you can have stuff
Sweet.
sit on it.
Well, it's pretty freaking awesome. It's a lot of imagery there.
I do not recall correctly. He didn't say that. It was asked, but he didn't say.
What?
Sorry about that. There was a lot of imagery, and y'all were missing my beautiful face, but it had it had to be shown.
He's doing this.
Oh my god.
You see that right there? You see that right there? You know, I'm like pointing at the screen and stuff, and they can vouch for me.
Waved his hands around and
Okay, so that's what we have. That is like that last image was posted like an hour ago or something, and I'm sitting here like trying to get things together, and yeah. So latest little post that we have for the most part here was put out by Aliana. Here's one for you. A square that is at a 45-degree angle to the normal voxel grid. So we can build easily at 45 degrees. And Elemental Fiend responded with, "You will be able to rotate the cube in smaller increments." That is awesome.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to be freaking awesome. Now, the question is, will we ever have something that actually gives us like rotate angle from its initial copy point?
Where you can type in the number?
No, just
Rotation?
so we could actually see the rotation number of it. Like if it's, if I'm at 0, wherever I copy it and I go to paste it somewhere else, it still starts there at 0. Mm-hmm. And if I rotate it, it goes up to whatever angle, up to a 90 degree in that direction or whatever, or up to a 180 of that degree. And you would be able to do that with, all the different axes. It'd be interesting to see if we could get something like that.
It would be nice.
So, but granted, I think it'd be whatever you put it, whenever you put it down. I can't even get it out of my mouth. I am just gonna drop this on her head. Y'all are horrible.
Laughing, not me.
See, and y'all think I'm bad. She's worse. She's worse. All right.
Instigator.
Yeah, I am. I didn't do it.
Quote successfully added to the database. Thank you, Katavari.
There's like, oh god, I'm gonna have to go clean that up, man. Wow. But wherever it's initially put down at is where it starts at 0 on all the points, and then how you. Don't give me no lip, man.
All right, Beetle.
All right, Beetle.
Wanted him on the show sometime.
At some point in time,
Just got him.
Awesome.
Beetle, don't make me come get you. But it would be like at 0 point for the 3' direction, and then as you do your rotation, it would just kind of count off and tell you like how much you have rotated that object. Mm-hmm. I know how it is right now. It's like it goes chunk, 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 especially when you're working with the voxels. Especially on something small. Now, if you're working with something that's really big, it's a little smoother, at least in my opinion, when you're doing like the rotations and stuff. But then again, when we go back to this mesh versus voxel stuff, taking something, converting it into a mesh, being able to do the rotation like that with it, and then placement, and then it turns back into voxels. I'm wondering if that's something we might see later. Maybe. Don't know. It'd be kind of cool if we did.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it would.
Granted, it would come with its own problems. Like it's something that's super thin, or like maybe 1 voxel thick or something. You go to try to do some kind of a rotation with it. It would probably kind of fall apart. Kind of like how we got it now. Anything that's like a 2x2 or less, then you try to rotate it, and it just kind of, you start getting jaggedies pieces through that. Mm-hmm. Whereas you take something that is like, egg voxels in diameter or wide, or and flippity floppity stuff. What do y'all think?
You
I
said
enjoyed the
flippity
flippity
floppity.
Yeah. The one thing I don't like about the way that the rotation is now is how it jumps. It does like this clunk, 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 and sometimes when you're doing the rotation, it actually changes location instead of staying like a smooth rotation all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
That is annoying.
It is, because it doesn't end up where you need it to be because it's moved.
Uh, original Beetle, Beetlebub said, I would imagine rotating a chunk of voxels with a lot of math shoving in them is harder to rotate than a brush, essentially a prop sort of, which you don't have to calculate every little piece.
That's a good point, but the way that they changed, and I don't remember when this happened, but the way that it actually works is that it rotates each chunk of voxels separately based upon what texture they're painted with. So it's really only rotating the outside shape of the voxels.
And that goes back to painting everything into a single texture prior to a rotation. And I remember back when we were first getting, God, what was that? We got something, and I don't remember what it was. Oh, God, come on. Rave did some testing with that, working with multiple textures. And, you know, leaving it the same versus having it painted and then doing the rotation. You know, I think it was about the...
Oh, on the ball.
Yeah, and when you went and rotated that sphere that had two different textures and it was made out of, I think it was like, I don't know, obsidian and plaster or something, you know, like a checkerboard. And then he rotated it and it would like fall apart and made all these like funky shapes. Whereas one that was a total solid material, you got to rotate that and it actually retained its shape. I thought that was kind of, I think it was back when we first got the incremental rotation.
Yeah, that was a long time ago he did that.
Yeah, that was like at least a year ago.
Oh, easy.
Something like that. I don't remember. Okay. Let's see here.
Yeah, I want to say it was about this time last year because it was about the first time that I did monster build.
Tweet mode.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was tweet mode when we got that. Which brings us to the... what was it now I needed to ask before I move on? What was it I need to ask?
When... Fiend, if you're listening, can you give us any sort of idea when we're going to get all of these shapes? Is it going to be a week or so? Is it going to be a few weeks? Is it way longer than that? We're really, really curious. We're all very curious. We're dying to play with these new shapes. Literally, I'm dying here.
Tomorrow? Please?
My guesstimation was like next week.
He said
Was like next month or something like
Geo
that.
wins.
Weeks.
Geo was saying mid-October, which would fit weeks. Could fit weeks, although December could also fit weeks. It depends on how many weeks are on a week's scale.
Okay, do weeks mean by the end of the year? That's... Won't try to pin you down too much more than that.
We don't want to get you in trouble with Terry and make it so you're not allowed to talk to us anymore.
Well, not even that. You know, things can change.
True. It's very true.
UI dependent.
What you thinking, Gio? You seem like you're in deep in thought there.
Yeah, Voxel Vision, who is fierce in the game, is doing the pumpkin carving contest. That's the
He's
plan.
back. Yay!
Yes! Yes!
Awesome.
And if you guys have not ever done that or haven't been around to do that,
So it turns out this afternoon, Raz pinged him, and his reply was, "That is the plan. I was about to start getting stuff together for this year."
I'm so
Awesome.
happy.
Awesome.
I am so happy.
Whew.
Element of Fiend said it's UI dependent, and there's some submission work that has to come first for Hallis.
They're making changes to the submission, not the process, but to how it works on the back end. He said that it's not anything that we will see changes to, but it will affect them, and they need to get that work done first. He was explaining that to me earlier today.
Makes sense.
You talking about the mesh stuff?
The UI work for the submission process is going before the UI work for the mesh stuff.
Mm-hmm. It should.
Yep. And if they're starting the contest this week, they got to get that UI stuff done.
That would be
And-
kind of cool, because if you're making something to put on the marketplace, it would, if it's converted into a mesh, it'd be kind of interesting to see how clean it comes out.
The UI stuff for the contest is not related to the mesh stuff, though. It's just
Oh,
a scheduling thing.
Never mind. I was in La La Land.
You're in Geoland.
You were in Dreamland.
Apparently.
Geoland.
Okay. Now,
You're in my world now.
so the biggest thing that from what I could tell on the forums, the biggest thing that's being kind of like talked about is frame rate.
Yeah.
For the most part. Now, of course, there's always the other stuff that just keeps coming back over and over again. But for the most part, the newest thing that I saw was basically frame rates. And do you? I'm going to kind of like go around the room here and be like, how do you resolve FPS issues? Let's go with Geo first.
I turn off Open Broadcaster. quit watching my own stream. Those are the first two things I do. Well, first, I close apps on my computer. I shut down background processes, so I don't have really nothing running in the background to eat frames like Skype. And then when in game, first thing I do in game is I dial back the shadows. And that 9 times out of 10 does it for me. Just setting shadows to low. I don't have to make them disappear. Because the game changes in appearance drastically if you turn shadows off, which you have to do in the UI. Or in your INI file. You can't do it in the game settings.
And that was something that I had kind of tried to hit Terry on a while back. It's been a while. About actually having a 0 option for shadows inside of our UI.
Yeah. Nuber says medium shadows work better than low, and you know what? I think I experienced that. I've been playing on medium for a while.
I was gonna say that.
0 works great for me. So I just turn them all the way off. But yeah,
it changes the look of the game. The visual. I mean, you can.
It does big time.
You can
yeah.
You can tweet a screenshot of shadows at 0, and then the exact same. Take the picture again after you turn the shadows on medium, and you'll see a notable, measurable difference.
Yep.
I got used to it after a while because I ran with like no shadows all through alpha, all through early beta, just because the frame rate was so horrid, and I got kind of used to it, in my opinion. But I want to see the beauty of the game, and almost everybody wants to jack it all the way up. I want to see all the shadows and the foliage and all that kind of stuff.
Maybe Elemental Fiend can tell me if I'm losing my mind. But
You
the
are.
game,
Yes, you are.
A long time ago.
the rendering looks better this week than previously. I don't know when that exactly changed, but the game seems to be a little bit brighter and a little bit sharper. It's like there's a subtle improvement in the LOD. I don't know if I'm losing my mind, if anything's been done, or if it has. Be nice to know, though. I know you guys are always working on stuff over there, and you can push those up because that takes place. My understanding is that takes place server side.
And Murin, how do you handle FPS issues?
Well, I'm kind of spoiled.
Yeah.
I can play with everything on Ultra most of the time if I'm not streaming, without any FPS issues at all. In fact, last week when I was PvPing with some people, I left my shadows on Ultra, or whatever the highest setting for shadows is, because one of the people had a really, really crappy computer and I wanted to balance things a little bit. It didn't make much of a difference, but I wanted to balance things a little bit. So for me, it really only makes a difference when I'm streaming, and then I turn the shadows down. And sometimes turning shadows down to lower medium doesn't make all the difference that it needs to make, so then I end up turning off some lights and chopping down the trees around my claim. If it's nighttime especially, I don't know why it's more at nighttime, but at nighttime especially, or actually sunrise sunset time. The trees around my claim cause shadows on the build, which drops my frame rate substantially. So sometimes I'll get frustrated enough that I go chop down trees. I did it last night.
It kind of points in the direction of shadows again.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And what about you, Katina?
Well, when I was playing on my laptop, I get like 15 frames a second, turn the shadows down to nothing, play on medium. Low was worst, medium was seemed to be good. That'd boost me up, and someone else mentioned the ultimate solution. I got a better computer. I get 60 frames a second now on high and ultra, so sorry, I don't have a problem now.
All right.
Yeah, and when I visited Bob Dobbs' claim with my shadows on high, I had like not the whole, one of his more complicated claims. I had like 30 frames. It was pretty awesome.
He has a not so complicated.
Well, remember
Claim.
You've been to the hole, right?
Switch to set it to low. When
I learned my lesson about
it was
going to
on,
Bob
I
Dobbs.
was like 50.
You haven't been in a Bob Dobbs hole?
I
Bob
haven't.
Dobbs' hole will not kill your computer.
I have not gone to any Bob Dobbs in a while
Oh, you
because of the last experience that I had
You should really experience
at
Bob
the one
Dobbs'
by the
hole.
water.
Yeah, that's the one that a lot of people can handle.
Woo. You really want to test your stuff. That's the way to check it. Go over to that one. Good God. But it scares me now to go to any of Bob Dobbs' claims just because of that reason now. But Gio, what video card do you run?
GTX 770 with 2 gigs.
And Murin?
I don't remember. Give me a second.
We both have a GTX 980.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We have similar systems. Just mine's water cooled and hers isn't.
I'm running on a 760. 760, and it runs the game fine for me. But then again, I have
Showing off.
but I have something that most people don't have, and that is maxed out memory. I'm at 32 gigs.
Me too.
Most people don't have that. They don't take that into consideration when it comes to graphics. And the load on your system. So I guess what we can kind of come back and take off of this is upgrade. Upgrade.
It's a difference.
Upgrade something is pretty much to take back from this. If you're running on a system that is older than 2 years, then you probably want to look into updating something in that system. Either more memory, which most of the time that's where you're going to run into your potholes.
It's a big bottleneck.
You're going to run into your potholes.
It's a big bottleneck.
Especially when you're playing video games, especially beta video games, because there are a lot of stuff you're going to run into.
So my system is almost 2 years old, and it's about time to upgrade. Upgrade my processor and video card.
I'm running on i7, so I'm good for a little while. But I think my next upgrade will be a video card. I'm gonna go jump up to like a 980 or something. I think.
Well, we've noticed some definite visual improvements in the game while touring during the morning brew. Mm-hmm. I mean, looking at the screenshots, and absolutely the LOD is improved. And,
It has.
And when we go to the map view, wow, we're getting some amazing shots of very large builds. So whatever they've done over there, it seems like it's making a difference.
Hey, Gio, we ought to talk Daybreak into buying us some new video cards.
Watch out, Fiend.
we show y'all's crap off every day.
Every day.
Show us some love. But
So wow, I'm over.
It's all good.
I've done more than 250 shows. It's like
That's a few.
270.
We're about equal, I think. Because I had
You started a couple months before I did.
several months before you. Plus, I was doing it on weekends for a while there too. And at one time, I was doing it every single day, Monday through Friday, and Saturday. So I was doing like 6 days a week.
And to me, what's significant is it's all been landmark,
Mm-hmm.
all of it. So
I mean, the only time I normally was playing any other game was I was showing off something for some reason. Because I thought something was cool. Hey, I can build that in Landmark. Or,
Look at these materials.
yeah, I mean, I played DCUO, which is also a Daybreak game. Dragon's Prophet, which is a Daybreak game. EverQuest 2, which is a Daybreak game. Once. Other than that, the only other games that I actually streamed was World of Tanks. Oh yeah, Plant Side. That was another one of Daybreak Lane game that I streamed for a little bit.
Pandora says, whatever, Assassin's Creed Arc guy.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Arc, World of Warships, World of War Tanks. You've done all of those.
I streamed Arc twice. 2 times. 2 times.
Really?
2 times. That's it.
I actually watched once, and I thought I stopped watching more than that because you were playing Arc. Okay.
Nope. I streamed it twice.
We need dinosaurs and dinosaur mounts.
And oh yeah, H1Z1. That's another Daybreak game that I have streamed. So
Yep.
yeah, I mean, and of course Assassin's Creed, just because that game is just beautiful to me, and I love historically correct stuff like that. So, but I play other stuff, and it's usually on Free Roam Friday. So, and most of the time on Free Roam Friday, I'm still in Landmark. So it's. Oh well. Okay. Let me get back on my subject here. Now, there was some mention about emitters.
Yes.
On the Twitter sphere there, Mr. Fiend. Can you give us a hint? How many? What kinds? And how soon? Does that cover everything?
It should.
I think that covers everything. Yeah.
Or if it's not something new, what's changing?
Yeah. It'll take 30 seconds for that to hit
And he
him.
goes, "Who said that?"
Fiend.
Yes! Don't. He trying to
Such
blow
a
off the
tease.
question. He trying to blow it off. I see it.
You said you were testing something having to do with emitters. We just want to know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty please.
You know they read.
Are you used to the cute
every
voice?
Single word. Oh God, he always.
I mean,
Well, so that was like the big thing that I made sure to put that at the bottom of my notes over here, because yeah, we wants to know. Me personally, I was emitting my emotions at the design tool, and it is refusing to listen to reason. I call
Nice try.
BS. I call total BS.
his wife won't be on the stream with us because he wouldn't be able to come up with a response that good.
You know what? I'm almost tempted to call Fiend Yeller.
Oh no!
He's
Really
he's
so much
Yeller.
intensive.
He's Yeller. He's Yeller to come on the show. Them's fighting words there, buddy, in the South. Everybody, come on, buddy. Let's go.
Yeah, because he's only on the chat.
Exactly.
Well, the chat's
Exactly.
the chat's on the show. All right. Well.
Yeah. It's all good. I love to have him come up on the show and just
That'd be awesome.
shoot the crap with us for a little bit. Be pretty.
That would be
wicked.
fun, and that's something we should do regularly with the
Well,
team
thing
over
is, he
there.
says he plays. He can talk to a
Yeah.
your style. What he likes, what he doesn't like. It's got nothing to. It doesn't have to have anything really to do with what he does as dev.
Given how he did in Monster Build, he definitely plays.
He's that's what we've needed. Somebody that plays often, not hey, I play when I want to, or play once every 2 months or something like that. Now I understand that, there's a lot of developers that as soon as they leave work, it's done. I don't want to touch it anymore. And I understand that. I get that. But having somebody that actually sees things from our point of view has been freaking awesome. And so, yeah, we do need another dev to come up on the show and answer a few questions or something. And I would love to have Elemental Fiend here on the show.
What is your quest?
Yeah.
What is your favorite color? What is the capital of Assyria?
Of Assyria?
Yeah.
That kind of makes me want to like.
Hi. You can take these guys out, Miriam, but you can't dress them up or make them behave.
It's
What
true.
the hell?
It's gonna happen.
I wish there was more than cranberry juice in here right now.
All right. Kind of end up the show here. I'm bringing up the DGC issue tracker, and let me refresh my page here to see if there's anything new since the last time I brought it up. I'm seeing some stuff in here that makes absolutely no sense.
Oh, Elemental Fiend said they're trying to get him on the show tomorrow. You should. Do it.
That'd be pretty awesome.
It would.
Yeah, but no, it wouldn't.
Why?
Because
Just get him before we
Because
do.
it's their show, not ours.
This doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
It's like practice for being on our show.
Yeah.
Well, we've been saying for a while, Timba, you and I need to do the next Landmark Live.
We've been pushing that for a while. I mean, might as well. Now, granted, I would have to censor myself a lot more than what I do now, for sure.
Yeah, but you're good. You have to.
Oh,
So you're
jeez.
going to talk about the issue tracker?
Yeah, so we're going to talk about the issue tracker here. And
Yeah, my dinner's ready. As you could hear my kids screaming earlier.
all right, let me paste this in here. That is the DGC issue tracker. Basically, if you run into problems, that is a good place to get your stuff out there so that the devs can actually check it out. Other testers can get in there, test it out. And if they're having the same problem as you, then, they can confirm or deny it. And it could actually work its way through everything in the proper manner. The first one that I've got here is UI does not scale down properly. And I have no clue what
When
they're
you change
referring.
resolutions, the UI is staying one size. It's not scaling with the resolution change.
Oh,
Yeah, that's not good.
that's different. Apparently, well, I'm assuming that's going to be something to do with the UI changes
And that's Windows 7.
iteratively,
What a shame.
Now. No exit button on server select screen when server's offline. And when the servers go down and you have to Alt Tab or Alt Enter to get out of the screen and then right click and yeah, that's annoying.
Or it could just automatically close. Take your pick.
Better yet, female head, male body, and a button on the forehead. Exit.
Why not male head, female body?
I've
We
got
already
a
got
picture
that.
of that one. The male head with...
Either way.
That's hilarious.
Either way. Another one is some textures seem to melt. Okay. Some textures seem to melt, losing their shape if you log out or leave a claim and come back.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That seems like the streaking. That's what it sounds like. Is the streaking is changing.
It's the thing with the Lumicite. Cara and I mentioned that to you a while ago. Like the clocks that we had, the hands of the clock were strictly Lumicite.
Uh-huh.
And they would disappear until you put a voxel somewhere near them.
I
Then
remember
they
that.
magically reappear.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Next is cached meshes can cause client crash. Which, me personally, I'd love to have a button either in game or in the options somehow to clear cache without having to go in there and actually physically delete the folder. That would I would love that.
That's a great idea.
Some kind of a clear cache option. And that will help keep people out of the folder. Not this guy. Next one is inventory window will no longer pop up after using a spirit anchor.
I haven't seen that one.
Geo should know spirit anchors better than anybody.
It's after being rezzed of any kind. Once you die, the UI windows don't work anymore. None of them, except for the map. If you open the map and close it, everything works again.
Really?
Oh.
Yes.
I haven't died in a while. That's why I said Geo.
Yeah, I did it 4 times today.
I know.
Good job.
Thanks.
That's not your record, is it?
No, but for the last... Ever since we started getting gears, yeah, it's been my record.
The next one is loot sometimes gets stuck in environmental props.
Oh, yeah.
Seen that a lot.
And characters, too. I mean... you're running across the landscape, get stuck in a bush.
And I'm gonna go over about 3 more, and then that'll be like the top 10 or something like that. So
real quick, can I interject one?
Sure.
The follow button in the gallery. So obviously, I'm going to claims nonstop all through the show, and I like to follow these people so I get the messages when they update their claim or put something into the gallery. But that has not worked for a very long time. When you hover over it, it says you need beta access to follow.
Now, if I remember correctly, I don't know if it's been fixed yet because my 100 likes on my claim disappeared. So
And you never got it, did you?
I never got it. I never got
the achievement.
that achievement. Never kicked.
Got the 100. Yeah, got the 100 likes. Never got the achievement.
Yeah, I got the 100 likes, but never got the achievement. And without getting another 100 likes, I can't test to see if what's working now is working or not. And it's the Timma stuff claim. So if you get the chance, just look it up, Timma, and it says stuff or something like that, and just give it a like. It's just a house, just sitting there, been sitting there since the wipe.
Is it a starter house?
It's one of the Keno's builds.
So disappointing.
It's one of the Keno's houses.
Yep.
I just got to drop it down on a single claim. No, I had 100 likes already on it, and it's just it's not very often you get 100 likes to be able to test that particular achievement.
Now, fishing for likes is go to Katina, claim 2, give me a like. That's fishing for likes.
Yeah. All right, next one is
Denied.
the next one is display error using negative paste. And let me see if I can find some more information on this. I see his biggest issue is he's running an AMD R9 200. Biggest issue right there is AMD for one. Can't really... Who put this one in here first? That's Andy. Andy put that in there. I'll have to go back and look at this. I'll kind of skip that one and get to the next one. Get material ID 474 not available when picking ocean water. I didn't think that was a material anymore.
It's not, but you can still attempt to pick it.
Interesting. Cave props unremovable on claims.
Annoying.
Mm-hmm. Very annoying.
That's something I want to bring up. If you go over to my little Hollis build, not the big one, but the little one, I've got rocks that are like massive in size, halfway into my claim, and I still can't get rid of it.
Yep.
If a environmental prop crosses a claim border, you can't remove it. That is even true on claim borders within your claim group. So you place your central claim, you place all of your attached claims around it. If something crosses the claim borders on that central claim, you can't remove it. And sometimes they will clear themselves when there's a server reset. Sometimes they won't.
Yep, it's annoying.
I have yet to be able to get rid of these things. And the thing is, it's like this would be the claim border. It will be the little like where the arrows should be to be able to move it is just on the other side of the claim boundary.
Yep.
So
It's
I can't select it and hit delete to get rid of it.
I'm pretty sure it's a result of what they did to fix people being able to copy or move or whatever the ley line spire things and the main portal spire and the graveyards. It all started when they did the fix for that.
All right, kind of moving on. And we got like 2 more and I'm done. So, chat window appears on character create screen.
I've never seen that.
I've never seen that.
They put a nice picture in there of it.
What I'm assuming is this. They went into the game. They made a character. They went into the game. They logged back out. They went back to the login screen. Deleted the character. Made a new character.
I don't know. That's Fredulous saying he can't do it.
I don't know. I don't know. I wonder what his steps for bringing it up would be.
Huh.
Interesting.
I don't know.
All right, next one was Crescent Broad Energized Great Sword attacks cause crash to desktop, and I think this goes. I thought that was also with the Sword and Shield.
Sword and Shield will do it if you have 2 or more people in the area using the Sword and Shield. The Crescent Broadsword does it for even if there's just one person in the area, and it will crash everyone nearby, not just everyone on the same claim.
I can see brutality use of that.
Fiend has been looking into this because
Awesome.
the Crescent Sword crash happened when he was at Monster Build that one weekend.
But those are the kind of the big things that at the top of the list there. So at least on the hot issues list there, I just figured what the heck we'll kind of go over them.
Yep.
So with that, I think that pretty much wraps up today's show. Thank you all for joining us, and yeah, let's go around the round table. What are you doing, Gio?
Got the Morning Brew early show where I'm building on YouTube Gaming. Just look for my tweets. You can give me a follow over there too, or bookmark it. It's been fun, like the YouTube stuff. It's pretty cool. And then right after I do my building, I come back here to Twitch and do my regular show. So I got that tomorrow. I still need a guest host for Friday because I'm going to a wedding.
All right, Murin.
Awesome. I am trying to finish the Halas build that Verlin and I have been working on. Made really good progress the last couple of days, so hopefully we'll be done before the end of the week so we can both do something else. What?
Was that the 1-day build?
Yeah. Yeah, Verlin and I are both not good at building quickly, and we've both been really busy, so it didn't wrap up as quickly as we hoped. So yeah, we're working on wrapping that up. I will be streaming again Friday evening at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific, and maybe Saturday sometime. We'll see.
Well, next time you do a 1-day build, call me. I'll come help you. Katina.
I've been working on my Hellas build.
What are you building?
A house. That one you drew.
Oh, okay. I got you. Well, I got my streaming tomorrow, and right after Geo's show. Geo starts at 9 and ends at 12. I start at 12 and I go to 2 plus. And that is usually Tuesday through Friday, and then we also every once in a while we'll do a community build on Saturday, and we're trying to plan out this next community build, and we hope everybody will come and attend it. And I do want to do a shameless plug for Landmarkology.
Yes.
Nuber, please paste your link into the chat, please, so everybody knows where it's at, what it's for, and all that kind of good stuff. And basically, it is a screenshot history go back in time looking at stuff placed that would be assigned with your name and all that kind of good stuff. You'll figure it out when you get over there. So,
Great site.
so with that, let's go ahead and wrap it up, and we will.
One more thing.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
go ahead.
I just want to remind people that we're posting a weekly wrap up of what's going on in the community on the forums on Thursday evenings. If you have anything coming up or anything that's happened this week that you want to make sure that we get highlighted in that post, let me know or let 11 know. We've been the two primary people putting it out there. Verlin, Tenma, and Metallical also are gathering points for information for us. So if you have stuff you want the community to know about, let us know.
And 11.
Yes, and 11.
All right. Cool beans. We'll see you on the next episode of Let's Talk Landmark on Monday. Have a great weekend and all that kind of good stuff. Come and hang out with all of us that stream here in Landmark. And y'all have a good one.
Good night, folks.
Bye.